Good morning everyone and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity. Yesterday I had a couple of items delivered, not as much as I was expecting, but then that is the joy of shopping on AliExpress. You never quite know when you're going to get something or if you're going to get them all and it's going to feel like Christmas Day. So anyway, I'm going to do the most complicated thing that I did yesterday, and that is with this little set of ornaments which also came with a little fringe. Now, I think this is supposed to be like a Christmas tree, a cute sort of Christmas tree that you can put on the edge of something, or connect two together to make a swag, or even roll it to make a kind of pine cone. So I'm pretty sure that that's what this piece is for. But I was more interested in this, and it's kind of like almost Eastern in appearance, and I thought it was quite pudgy and cute. So I will measure the size of that ornament for you, and it is 2 inches. So that's that. And I also used trying to look around on my desk for stuff. I also used one of these tiny doily dies. Everything that I use I do link to, so you will be able to find anything if you like it. And this is what I made. I made a tangled ornament tag, and because it looks kind of Eastern to me in shape, I use this tag set. Now you can't get this tag set anymore, but there is a very similar one on AliExpress. For some reason, whenever they launch very large tags, they do sell out quite quickly. So I use some gold foil cardstock and some white cardstock, and on the ornaments here I used Gilding Flakes. Now, I'm pretty sure that most of you know what Gilding Flakes are, and they're normally quite expensive. You can pay, I think, about $30 for a tub from some places. Well, these are very, very cheap, and you can buy small quantities if you just want to try it for yourself. And I'm going to show you how I did that, or rather tell you how I did that. So first of all, you brush down onto your cardstock some Dollar Tree glue, just a thin coat, and make sure that it's covered, and then leave it for a couple of minutes to dry. And then I've got a very old container here. I hope it's not static. These are the Gilding Flakes that you get from AliExpress. Now this thing here, normally you have to purchase from expensive craft outlets, but this is an aquatic sponge. That's all it is. It's a filter sponge for an aquatic system, and that is also available on AliExpress. So it's your glue going down, leaving it for a couple of minutes to dry, sprinkling your Gilding Flakes over the surface of that glue. Pat them down with your hand to make sure that they're adhered nicely, and then you just use this sponge to rub over the surface to take off the excess, and then put all those little bits back into your tub and shut the lid because they are a little bit static. Now, what I discovered on AliExpress is that the best colours are the nail art colours, so they do this for nails, and they do an extremely large set in silver, gold and copper, which is probably enough in the tub to last you a lifetime or share with a friend. But as I said, because there was more colours in the nail art set, I got the nail art set, and I think it was $1.50, and I think my sponge was probably about the same. But you can wash this out and it will last you for life, because it's not going near anywhere, you know, nasty, and just put it back in your tub. So instead of spending $30 there, you can spend $2 or $3 on AliExpress and get exactly the same effect. So that's what I wanted to show you, and I will link all of that stuff below. So putting that down, put the lid on it. Excuse me while my voice vanishes off the microphone, because as I say, it is a little bit static. So that was the first thing that I did, and I'll try and show that to you again. You see, I've got it stuck to my fingers already. But it is very, very effective. You can do this after you've used an embossing folder and get a really nice effect around the edge. If you've got some of that peel off tape or washi tape, you can create a border after you've embossed and do it like that. Or you can do a solid piece and die cut, which is what I've done. And you can stamp. Now, if you do stamp using Jot Glue, I strongly suggest that you apply it to a kitchen sponge scourer. Make sure that it's all squished into the sponge, and then tap your stamp lightly on top of the sponge so that you're not picking up a huge amount. Stamp down onto your surface, wait a minute, and then sprinkle it with the flake and rub off, and you will also see your stamped image all nicely gilded. Don't forget to wash your stamp immediately, because if you allow glue to dry on stamps, it can be really, really hard to get it off. So that's the first one, my tangled ornaments tag. My second one, really, really simple one, and I used a new set of butterflies. These are a great set of butterflies because you can stamp a sentiment across them if you want to, and just have one very plainly in the center of a card, or you can make them very fancy and use fishing line and make a little mobile or something like that. Cut them all in white, have them fluttering around in one of your rooms near an open window, would look really pretty. But these are, as I say, a lovely set, and I will measure the swallowtail for you because that's the one that I used. And at its largest point there, it's 2.5 inches by, ooh, difficult to get a measurement, by 2 inches. So as you can see, they are a lovely size. They're nice and plain. You can use them for cutting dictionary paper or something like that if you want to do something vintage and dot them around on a page. And of course, you pull them apart. You can just snap these things off with your fingers. But in a future video, I will show you, if you've got sharp edges on dies, I will show you what I use to clean them up. But you know, this one has just come up quite cleanly, and just 2 tiny little bits there from the mold. Right, so this is what I made. I made this card, and I hope I'm getting into focus. And I used 2 of my in-out square frame dies to do that. And I cut the butterfly in a cream lemony cardstock and some gold foil so that it does shine brightly. So that's what I have for you today, and I will show you these 2 in-out dies. I do use these an awful lot because they're just a very simple way to frame a card or even to create a card. So I will see you again tomorrow, and as usual, everything that I use, this is my lovely gold twine. I've got the silver here as well. I think I've got the red over on my other desk, but this is great stuff. And I will see you tomorrow. You have a fantastic day. Bye.